Hello, Kenyans. How are you? I hope all of us are doing great. I'm great too. Yep. I've seen this. I've seen this thing happening on social media, and the question is, they're asking who's the biggest Kenyan musician, okay, biggest Kenyan artist, and they're giving three examples of which I think they're completely narrowing it down when it's not supposed to be that way. So the three people are interested is Prince Ita. Then now we have Samido, and then we have BM. So they're asking among the three who's the greatest. Okay, I will tell you who I feel is the greatest in this, but we will follow a different order, not what most of you people will want. As a music producer or as an artist, we have already whatever we looks onto and to determine who is the greatest. One thing that will determine on to see who is the greatest is the national coverage. To see who is the greatest, we look at the national coverage. Is the music that he makes or she makes listened countrywide or just in a specific location? Those are one of the things we look into. Then we look at the music. Does the music cut across the longevity of the music? Does it cut across, and for how long will that music be listened unto? Then we look at the authenticity of the music, and then that one. So starting with the list on the list according to me on that line will be Samido. Samido, you do very good music, but that music is just narrowed down to the people of the mountain. It's completely narrowed down to the people of the mountain. You won't hear Samido's music in Western, like guys are vibing to Samido's music in Western. You won't hear that. You won't hear Samido's music, people vibing to it. That is in Nyanza. The same northeast, northeastern, on those other places. You won't hear people, dancing to that music or vibing to Samido's music. So we can't say Samido is one of the greatest. Okay, he is one of the greatest in his area. Among the mountaineers, he's one of the greatest artists, but not countrywide, not in Kenya, because of his music is more of it's more of his language, and most of the people who vibe to his music are from his place. And then number two, Prince Indah will be will follow Samido. Prince Indah does very good music, and you'll hear Prince Indah's music vibed in each almost everywhere in the country, which is very good. And most of the people vibe to the music, they dance and all that, but most of them dancing to the music that they don't fully understand the lyrics of the music. They dance to the vibe. Luo language or Luo music is just contagious. Luo language and Luo music is just contagious. But now, most of us who does, okay, most of the people who dance to that music don't fully understand the lyrics of the music. Like they don't understand what this guy says and all that. Apart from a few things that maybe he will say in Kiswahili and people get to understand and all that. So again, Prince Inter's music, though it covers it has a very good coverage countrywide, very good coverage down countrywide. I won't say that he is the greatest among the three that we just mentioned. He is the second. He's the second. I'll put him in the second place because there's the greatest, and then there's the second place. Then Samido will go last. Samido will be the last in that line, according to me. That is my own understanding and my own personal view, depending to whatever I'm telling you. Having a million views on internet on YouTube and having a million views on YouTube doesn't mean that you're the greatest, because you've seen the worst music ever. People listening to the worst music ever, and that music having a lot of views. Listen to Bahati's Seti song. It had a million views within a very short time. But does it mean it was a good song? It wasn't a good song. Lyrically, that song was not good. It was a verbal XX rated music, so it was not a good song. So we can't look at that song that say it has a very good long life in whatever it comes to the music industry. We can't say that. We can't assure you on that. So I'm not saying that Prince Inter's songs are lyrically bad, XX rated. No, what I'm trying to say is, do most people understand? Are they vibing to the track, the beat, as you'll say, or are they vibing to the words that you're speaking? Then on that list, I'll put BN number one, not because he's Luya. I'll put BN number one because most of BN music is done in Swahili. A few songs done in Luya, but again, he will find a way to bring it, just like Prince Inter, he'll find a way to bring it back to a language that most people understand, that is Swahili or English. But most of his songs has been done in a language that most of the people understand. Most of them done in English. So his music is covering not just a country but a worldwide, a worldwide audience. He's commanding a worldwide audience where other people who don't speak Luya can still sing along some of these songs because they're done in Swahili and they're done in English. So looking into that, I would say Bien gets number one on my list. Among the three that have been mentioned, Bien takes number one on my list, and then Prince Indah takes number two, and then this other guy, Samido, takes number three on that list. That is how personally I look into it. That is how I look into it, and I know most of the people will concur with me. So if you have a different opinion, if you have a different opinion on what I've just said, okay, tell me. Let me understand. Let me understand. If you have a different opinion on whatever I've just said, let me understand. But okay, that is the list that these people are looking into. But if we make that list longer, don't think I'll mention someone like Will Paul over here and Bahati over here. No, I won't mention other guys over here. Nor will I mention Ogabina on this list. No, I cannot do that because their music, their music is not a lifetime music. It's music that vibes for now because it's reflecting on whatever is happening now. Tomorrow, when people change their minds, and maybe they are more enlightened, they won't really look into that music because it's not something that is a long-term thing and all that. But should I bring the gospel music musicians into this? Because I feel we should bring the, but within the gospel ministry there's no greater or lesser. We are all one because we are serving God, and whoever has a bigger audience, glory be to God, the grace of God is upon him or her to serve God in that capacity. So we cannot compare the gospel song industry, say this one is bigger, this one is lesser and all that. No, we are all serving God. So I won't really bring that into this. And that marks the stop of all this that we've talked about today, comparing the three artists that the guys are mentioning on. And would like you to tell us, what do you think? Who do you think is the greatest among the three that we just mentioned? The greatest, a long time greatest. That's what I mean. Looking into whatever I've just mentioned, the aspect that I've just mentioned, not on the views on social media or on Spotify and all that. Who is the greatest? Who do you think is the greatest?